Good evening. This is for my persuasive speech. Here's my audience. And I shall begin. Hi. Good evening. Thank you all for coming to the National Resource Defense Council meeting. My name is Erica Davis, and I'm a member and a sponsor of the National Resource Defense Council. This evening, I will explain about the goals, the plans, and the solutions of the National Resource Defense Council and how we can embark on implementing plans to have better health and longevity and live in a healthier world. And before we begin, I would like to tell a little about the background. These are the founders. The National Resource Defense Council began in 1970, and Peter Lehner, he is the Executive Director of the National Resource Defense Council. Mark A. Isman is the Senior Attorney of the Farm and Agriculture Program as well as the Urban Program. Joanne Berkenkamp, she is the Senior Advocate of the Food and Agriculture Program. Darby Hoover is the Senior Attorney of the Health Programs, and David Pettit is the Senior Attorney of the Urban Program. And as we move on, I will explain. I have a question. How can you imagine? Have you ever imagined how bees can impact our environment? Well, I will tell you how. Despite the fact that bees are small and kind of irritating, they can be a great impact to our environment. They help to pollinate certain foods, such as almonds and apples and pumpkins. They help to pollinate our crops and our flowers to ensure growth and proper spreading of the seeds. And they are slowly decreasing due to the climate change and the pesticides that are being sprayed by the farmers, and they are killing off our bees. About 60% of our bees have decreased through the years. The chemicals that are sprayed in the farms and the residential areas are hindering the bee population. We need the bees because they help to give us prosperous crops and help us enjoy our food. And we also strive to save wildlife and preserve the wild forest, as well as help the endangered animals. Our polar bears and penguins are suffering because the melting ice caps are taking away from their home in the cold climates. The tigers and elephants are becoming endangered as well due to poachers that are killing these animals for their fur, for their tusks, and these things are sold on the black markets. We have to try to implement plans that are going to save the animals and also help with saving the climate and to sustain any further damage that there is. And we have to stop the wildlife services that are killing these animals. They raise money annually at about $100 million to kill these animals. Yes, they're killing the animals. So we have to stop these things from happening. And the plans that we can implement are to try to stop these people, are raising money to stop the poachers, and we can also create habitats to allow the tigers to reproduce, and we have to stop the atmosphere from becoming any more damaged so the ice caps can stay cold and provide habitats for the polar bears and the penguins. Furthermore, our clean water and clean air is being affected by the chemicals and the pollutants in the air. These pollutants can cause terrible lung problems such as asthma and COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So we must create plans that are going to implement cleaner air for all, because the bad air is also damaging our plants and trees. When the trees intake too much carbon dioxide, they are unable to produce the oxygen back into the air, which then in turn makes the air thicker, makes it hotter in the summer, makes our summers longer, and makes people have terrible, terrible breathing problems. So, therefore, we must try to enact plans and create solutions to these problems, such as hybrid cars, such as the habitats for the animals, such as coming together as one to help save the earth. So, as a member and a sponsor of the National Resource Defense Council, you all can do that. And we live in this world, and we must help the world help us. Thank you. That is all.